So these are the diaries of a goat farmer, and thank you so much for tuning in today. So today I'm doing a different kind of video. Today I'm just going to make you, I'm doing a video on the financial side of goat farming, because through the videos that I've done, many people have actually started goat farming. I'm getting a lot of messages. People have started, and people have been asking a lot of questions in terms of what do I need? What are the numbers that I need to start? How big should the land be? How can I actually start the feed and everything? So these are questions that people are asking. And when we are showing you the videos, when we have our kidding and all those things, when we receive 30 kids, 40 kids, 50 kids, 100 kids, I would like to show you the finances behind that, so you can actually see exactly what to expect. And I hope this is going to help you guys. So remember, like, share, comment, subscribe. So basically, I'll start off with the question: how many goats do I need to start? So I will say that it depends on your budget and also on the type of goats that you're going to be using, because the genetics, they play a big role. And there are two main markets for goats: either the meat market or the market for breeding. So basically it depends on that and the kind of system that you use. So let me just go into it and then actually just show you. I'm going to show you my Excel sheet, and then I'll actually explain as we go. So someone asked me, I want to get 10 local goats and start like that, and then develop the project as we go on. So let's see what 10 local goats looks like. So basically, if you've got 10 local goats, I would recommend that you use a semi-intensive system where you actually let them go for breed, where they can go into the bush, and then you just supplement some of their feed. But anyway, let's look at what 10 is. So if I put 10 on my Excel sheet here, and then you get one pure Boer buck so that you can have hybrids, and then you put that Boer buck on a zero grazing system. So basically, this is what it looks like. So you are going to actually make a loss of about $3,000 a year. So if you start off with 10 local goats, the project is not going to be profitable. And let me just explain why. The biggest cost is your salaries. So your salaries, we've put them at $250 per month. And this is the same because for goats to do well, they need good management. And these are the approximate costs in terms of the feed, whether you grow your feed and whether you buy the additional feed. These are the costs that you're actually looking at. So if you want to start off with 10 local goats, guys, it is not going to be profitable. You're going to make a loss of $3,000 a year, because the costs that you're going to incur and the revenue that you can get is not going to be good. Because even if in that year your 10 goats give you 30 kids, and assuming that you eventually sell the 30 kids for meat, it means that's a revenue of $1,500 versus a cost of $4,600, which means that this is not going to be profitable. And what many farmers do, they actually now decide not to actually pay the guys that are looking after the goats, so that they can try and reduce the cost. So if we put a zero there, you can see that, let's say you are not paying people anything, and a lot of farmers make this mistake. At the end of the day, if those guys, if that system works where you're not paying anything, you are still making a loss of $155. But when you do that now, what happens is you're not going to actually achieve this kidding rate of 30 because you don't have the good place. So that's one scenario. So guys, with 10 goats, you cannot start a goat farming project. But let's see if you can actually, what if we change the genetics and we get 10 Boer goats? Let's see what that looks like. So guys, so if you put 10, suppose you get the pure Boer goats, and then you put 10, you buy 10 of them, and then you buy one Boer buck, then you buy one Boer back. So supposing you do that, then what's actually going to happen is your revenue for the year is actually going to be, let me put a zero here. So your revenue for the year is going to be $10,500 versus, can you see the feed cost, guys? So for this kind of system that you're using, you're going to spend about $7,000 per year in feed if it's zero grazing, and then you're going to make a loss of about $1,500. And here we're assuming that you're selling your goats for breeding at an average price of $350. So basically, 10 Boer goats on zero grazing does not work. But let's see if you actually put these ones on a system that is semi-intensive, where you allow them to go and graze and then actually supplement their feeds. And we are using that 10. Let's see what works. So just playing around with the figures there, you can see that if we buy our 10 Boer doors, then after buying them, we put them on a semi-intensive system whereby they are going grazing and then they are coming back, and then you're actually providing them supplemental feed. Our feed cost now actually comes down, as you can see. So guys, our feed costs, they come down dramatically to about $300 a year. That's $255 a year. And then the project is profitable. You are actually making a net profit of about $5,845 per year. And if we look at the amount of money that you have invested, the startup cost for that, we are actually looking here to say that our doors are $350. So your startup costs are just $4,450. We've included the cost to establish Lucerne, which is about $500, the cost to buy a bag, but we haven't put the other costs like the housing and stuff like that. But this is because that's very variable. So you're looking at $4,450. So your project becomes profitable. So guys, the take-home message is, if you get 10 goats and you've got a budget of about $5,000, you can actually start with the 10 pure Boers, one male Boer that is pure as well. So you get your 11 goats and then you put them on a semi-intensive system, and then the doors that can be profitable, and then the back, because of the dangers of semi-intensive and grazing, the back you can actually let it stay indoors, and then make sure, not indoors, in the paddocks, and then make sure that he doesn't graze, and then you feed, because the back you can actually lose. You know, we lost a back sadly due to snake bite. It just went crazy and the snake just bit him. So basically, if you're gonna start, that's the take-home message. 10 local Mashona goats cannot work. You have to go for the Boer. But let's look at another scenario where let's play around with the scenario. Let's say let's say we start off with 50. Let's look at if we start off with 50 local hard Mashona goats and one back. Let's see what the figures look like in that scenario. So guys, this is what it looks like. So if I start off with 50 like local goats, and I buy one pure Boer, and then I cross that, and because of that, because of the 50 females, and I do a good management system, I'm actually going to have about 7,000. I'm actually going to produce 150 goats in a year, which is a big number. But then in terms of the income generated by the business, that's 7,500 US. If you are targeting selling for meat, which is about $50 per goat, and you're looking at a profit of 1,823 per year. And if you look at that versus your startup cost, I think this is 50 here, versus your startup cost of 3,450. So this means that it will take you 2 years to actually get your money back from the project. So let's look at another scenario which is where we are going. So after doing all these maths and going through our project, because we had started with 50 goats at Mashona, and that is how it's looking. So we decided, we need to increase. So let's look at another scenario now. So let's look at the third scenario. Supposing I get 80 local Mashona, local goats and 2 bucks. Let's see what that looks like. So if I get 80 local goats and then I cross them and I get 2 Boer bucks, let's look at that again. So you can see that from the 80 goats, and in a well-managed system where they're kidding twice a year, and you can actually get about 240 kids. And then the value, if you look at a value of $50, you're looking at about 12,000 for the whole year. And your feed cost as well is looking at about $2,000 per year. So your total expenses are about 6,000 for the whole year, and you are making a profit of 5,447. Let's look at the input cost. So basically, you have actually input about $5,000 as well. So you can actually recover this amount of money within the year. So basically, what are we saying here, guys? We looked at several scenarios. We looked at the numbers that you need to start. So make sure that when you're starting your goat farming project, look at the numbers that you're going to have, estimate the nutritional requirements and how much that is going to cost you, and then make your informed decision. So we have actually now just upgraded our head. We started off with 50 breeding females, remember, and we lost 12 due to the rains, and then we built up that number again. But now what have we done? I'm going to show you the new goats that we've gotten. So our number is now at 80, and we've got 2 bucks now. So we are really targeting to look at this kind of scenario. So guys, please send me your comments, like, share, and tell me what you think. Tell me also your own experiences. And thank you so much for watching. I know this is not the usual video, but these are the diaries of a goat farmer, and goodbye for now.